Do you know Hot Wheels? Of course, everyone does. Little die-cast cars you race along crazy bendy racetracks. Well, did you know that at one point they made Hot Wheels cars that can change into little robots? Yeah, exactly like the Transformers. But did you also know that they actually made a direct-to-video commercial tie-in animation? But it's weird. I definitely remember owning this tape, but I don't remember owning any of these toys. So, let's see if this animation is anything but a Transformers ripoff. I know we don't normally do this, but let's look at the front cover. I only say this because these two giant robots on the cover, this Metroplex ripoff and one that looks like a mascot for Xbox, they don't appear in the actual animation. There are giant robots in this, but not these two. They are just reusing the robot designs from the toy packaging. Anyway, let's just watch the tape itself.
This was our home.
A huge cheese puff trapped in a spider's web?
Positron.
A giant rubber band ball?
Located in a distant galaxy hundreds of light years away from Earth.
Oh, a planet made entirely of Hot Wheels tracks. I see.
Different than any place ever imagined by mankind. A planet where robots and vehicles fused into a new form. Robo wheels. Fueled by hyper-energy, an energy source capable of delivering speed and power beyond anything ever seen. A place of peace until the invasion of the Megabots. Their evil mission, gain control of our hyper-energy and take over the universe. What they didn't expect was a fight.
So, let's just summarize. There was once a planet called Positron, inhabited by cars that can turn into robots and vice versa, called positrons. These robot cars are fueled by this power called hyperenergy. Then these evil robot cars, called negabots, invade their own planets to fight the positrons, to harness this power and to take over the universe. Yeah, that's a completely original story. It doesn't remind me of any other kid shows. Except for the one where there's a planet called Cybertron, inhabited by robots that can turn into cars and vice versa, called Autobots. These robots are fueled by this power called Energon, and these evil robots, called Decepticons, invade their own planet and fight the Autobots to harness this power and to take over the universe. It's Mattel. Did you really expect DuckTales level of quality in the writing?
But during the battle, an explosive chain reaction was triggered inside Positron Power Center.
There's a power center? There's actually something in the middle of this tangled up mess of a planet?
Our world was destroyed, and hyper-energy rained down upon the planet Earth.
Wait, how far did he say the planet was from Earth?
Located in a distant galaxy hundreds of light years away from Earth.
Yeah, hundreds of light years away from Earth looks pretty close to the Earth, doesn't it?
Now, it is up to us, the Positron survivors, to get that hyper-energy back before the Negabots can track it down. We have made contact with an Earth human. They call him Jack. He and his friends have agreed to help find the missing power source and make sure it's used for good, not evil.
Yeah, a bunch of teenage race car drivers have just decided to agree with the giant alien robot to search all around the world for this robotic alien power source. Good luck explaining that to your parents.
Robo Wheels, Battle Arena Earth.
What, were there going to be future parts to this, where the battle arenas were going to be Mars or Venus or the Moon or the planets from the show they're ripping off?
Welcome to the 12th annual Hot Wheels race. Drivers, start your engines!
Wait, these teenagers have agreed to find all of the hyper-energy from all over the world before the Negabots do. So, why are they all just racing? Don't they have a mission to fulfill?
Hey Jack, you ready to eat my dust?
Not, but I'll let you kiss my trophy. Wave to you from the winter stand, dude.
The way they animated cel-shaded 3D humans in CGI race cars, it's reminding me of the animation from Transformers Cybertron or something. Well, this toy line was released around the same time when Transformers Armada was popular. I'm surprised the toy line isn't a rip-off of the whole Minicon idea.
Negabots, what's to base? Negabots, what's to base? Do you read? Hyperscan negative. Repeat, energy sweep shows no sign of... Hang on! Scanners just picked up heavy positron activity directly below. We'll terminate immediately.
We will see later on that all of these race cars are positron robots, which means they all have hyper energy in them. So why did the radar only pick up energy from Jack's race car?
What's that, Todd? You want me to take over the lead? Don't mind if I do. Amazing! Two of the best drivers on the Hot Wheels circuit, battling it out as we head into the stretch.
Yeah, being in first place throughout most of the race isn't really that exciting. What about something to really test you, like a blue shell, or other cars to avoid, or...
What the? Whoa! Something tells me that's not street legal!
Or the Negabots. That can work. Wow, the sky looks really flat, doesn't it? I think the camera has reached the top of the ceiling. Why does this always happen to the Golden Gate Bridge? What has the bridge ever done to the universe to always get destroyed like this?
Jack, we need to take control of the cars.
Now would be a good time!
How is this Optimus Prime ripoff communicating with Jack right now? A radio built into his car? A headset in his helmet? Speaking through his mind?
Transformation complete. Better hang on tight.
Okay, that was awesome!
And how does this work? How does the car transform? Is there a specific button Jack needs to press? Does he transform the car with his mind? Or does Knock Optimus Prime grant him the ability to transform when he feels like it? Where is Jack after the car transforms? Does he fuse into the robot and becomes the robot itself, like in Genlock for example? Or is there a cockpit inside the robot's chest or head or something? Once again, so many questions, so little answers. Wow, that was easy.
Negabots Commander to 2nd Assault Team, commence firing!
Oh wait, we have other toys to sell. And what was taking the others so long? And how did they end up on top of the bridge arena? Who knew the Negabots was so easy to defeat? Yeah, this was back when robots can punch other robots and they don't leave so much as a dent. I honestly prefer it that way, unlike the Bayformer movies where the robots can rip their arms and heads off as easily as ripping a piece of paper.
Negabots, retreat!
I will get you next time, Knock Optimus Prime. Next time.
This piece of hyper energy I found is only a fraction of what fell to Earth, but it contains enough power and speed to do great evil. The Negabots won't give up.
Then we won't either. Count on it.
You sure? Because there was never a continuation of this story after this one. Yeah, I can bet that this whole animation was a pilot episode for a potential Hot Wheels Robo Wheels TV series, featuring the teenagers racing all over the world searching for hyper energy, fighting more Negabots, and giving all of these characters personalities, strengths, weaknesses, and development. Maybe even a relationship over the course of the series. But then, when they gave the idea over to Cartoon Network or Toonami or whatever, they told them that they already have a series of transforming robots with human allies fighting each other, and so the whole series was scrapped. Or that's what I assumed happened, since the internet doesn't have anything to say about it.
Positron, meet Robo Wheels. Todd, Laser Beamer. Lisa, ROCKETZ. Jane, Gatling Gunner. John, Bazooka Blaster. Brian, Battle Baton. Tom, Grenade Launcher. And me, Jack, Mobile Mortar.
Oh, and don't forget Bumblebee, Jazz, Wheeljack, Brawn, Mirage, Ironhide, Hot Rod.
Robo Wheels.
Wait, the version of the tape I had didn't actually have any credits. It literally just showed these still images. And this wasn't even a bootleg tape.
And now, introducing Robo Wheels. First up, the Positron.
Oh yeah, and right after you think the tape is over, they actually give you a roll call and bios of all the Positrons and Negabots.
Jack teams up with Mobile Mortar, the heroic leader of the Positron.
Jack, or Mobile Mortar, is the leader of the Positrons? I thought Knockoptimus Prime was the leader. Then what is he if he isn't the leader? Just a mentor or something? Oh, and I hope you like those animations and sound effects, because we now have to see it 13 more times.
A lightweight titanium alloy body and 2 heat-seeking missile launchers give ROCKETZ blinding air-to-ground supremacy.
When I watched this tape as a kid, every time I saw ROCKETZ here, I always thought those turbines on his chest were his eyes. No, seriously, blue turbines as the pupils, surrounded by silver bits as the eyes? ROCKETZ's actual head and eyes are tiny compared to the turbines that scream, "Hey look, I've got eyes on my chest." Was a good thing I never mistook them for breath.
Brian partners with crusading law enforcer Battle Baton.
So is Brian's race car also a police car? You should really choose one or the other. It can't really be both.
And Tom takes the driver's seat of Grenade Launcher.
And Tom has a tank that's also a race car? Okay.
When you combine a galvanized iron body with a rapid-fire grenade launcher and mace, the result is a punishing knockout.
And after all that, we still don't know a thing about any of these human partners. Well, we know a little bit about Jack and Todd. They're cocky and competitive and that. But the other 5? Well, since there was no greenlit TV show to show who they are, I only have to guess their personalities. Lisa is the female, Jane is the western or southern one, John is the tough one, Brian is the charming one, and Tom is the one who likes video games? I don't know.
Now, meet the enemy, the evil Negabots.
Are they really going to go through all the Negabots now? Why should I know anything about them? They get destroyed in the first 30 seconds.
Missile Launcher is the ruthless leader of the Negabots forces.
And yes, every single Negabot is a recolor of all the Positrons. Originality!
Double Barrel Blaster is the fearsome warrior in charge of training new recruits.
And why is the positron leader telling us about the enemy team anyway? Why does he know so much about the enemies he's fighting against? Shouldn't the Negabots leader be talking about them?
This wide-body bully pushes his weight around using a highly sharpened lance and a bazooka blaster with close-range targeting.
Why is one of his weapons a spade? The others have got batons, maces, axes, but this one has a spade.
Street Beast, a law-breaking cop.
That one seriously doesn't look any different from Battle Baton.
And Formula Fighter.
Not much to say about this one.
This explosive, uncontrollable hothead shoots first and asks questions later.
And that's it. That's the end of the tape. No logos, no additional credits, no nothing. I'll give Mattel points for making a Hot Wheels toy line I would have cared about, but I can see why this animated series was never a thing.